welcome everybody to the ASC Weekly, ASCWeekly.com mini tournament. We've got here Game 3. Actually, it's Game 4, excuse me. 6 Jacks DDE spawning as the Blue Terran, taking the last game, preventing the shutout by Complexity Gaming's Cruncher, spawning as the Orange Protoss. Tumba, co-casting with me this evening is Varapsack. Varap, did you get your internet all squared away? You think you're good to go for this game or what?
I think so. I mean, it didn't act up until then, so I think I got everything fixed up for what changed. So we should be back to pre-game 3 status. So that should be good there.
Excellent. Of course, pre-game 3 status. The only person having really any problems with their internet was Destiny. But here we are in the finals, Game 4, DDE versus Cruncher. Big shout out to Prepaid Legal, the sponsor of this event. Please check out ASCWeekly.com, sponsor link, Prepaid Legal, any of your legal needs. Also, if you want to make a little bit of money, you have that option as well. Hotkey.com. Hotkey.com actually hosting a LAN tournament tomorrow, and Sigma Theory will be casting that live at the LAN. So if you are in the Phoenix area, be sure to check that out. Definitely worth stopping by. Here we go. Game is underway. SCVs are mining. Probes are mining. Everybody's friendly at this point.
That is indeed how it appears, and it looks like DDE going for a refinery first build here, so we're going to see a factory tossed down immediately after this barracks finishes. Cruncher going to be in here and very likely going to see the factory start because there's not really anything the DDE can do about it. Taking the gas once again, and if DDE was planning on going for some kind of Banshee rush, it's going to be a little bit slower now than he wanted it to be, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. Cruncher going to try to hide the probe behind a tree a little bit up here, make it a little bit harder for DDE to see it on the screen. Of course, on the mini-map, it's as easy to see as ever.
Absolutely. Very difficult to hide a probe in a Terran base, or a Zerg base for that matter. You do see it from time to time, though.
Whoa. Skipping the first Marine completely, going for a reactor on the barracks straight out of the gates. So he doesn't care about that gas. And Cruncher's going to know that DDE doesn't care about that gas. A nice side effect of taking that gas deal. And DDE going to open up with some reactor Hellions. That's fun. You don't see that so often against Protoss, but it is still pretty decent.
I was about to say, does he think he's playing Zerg? Actually, you didn't see him open up with that versus Zerg. He was actually using his 4 Marine pressure versus Destiny, and Destiny sort of shot himself in the foot a little bit, actually, in their ace match. SCV has a look around. Is going to see one gas mining.
And then a laser. That's the last thing it's going to see is a laser.
That's it.
Oh, and Cruncher going to go ahead and take his expansion pretty early here. It's going to make these Hellions pretty good. Finally, a Marine is out there to try to take out this assimilator. He's going to have a jolly good time whittling away at it with his whittling knife. / machine gun. And 3 Hellions are running across the map. There are 2 Stalkers out right now. A probe is going to see them coming due to controlling that watchtower. So nicely done by Cruncher there. No, not letting nothing slip under his gates. So he's going to be able to position his Stalkers here. Put a pylon there. Put a 3rd Stalker there. And Hellions aren't going to make it through that wall very easily.
Absolutely, and you can see Cruncher now wants to deal with this issue at hand, wants to chase these Hellions out.
Yeah,
Hellions
if it gives them a half an hour alone, they can take out this pylon.
Absolutely. They're going to do what they can, try to get as much damage in, being as annoying as humanly possible.
Well, they are starting to do hull damage, so they're getting to the point where they very well might be able to take out that pylon. They might actually kill this Stalker if he's not careful, and they are going to get the pylon, so for a lot of players, that may be the first time they've seen in a professional game the pylon being taken down by some Hellions, and they also hit a Stalker, so that's weird. Very, very weird. I don't think anyone's used to having that happen. DDE is going to back up. doing a lot of damage
Yep.
with that.
We are in Game 4 of the Best of 5 series. This is the finals. DDE defeating Destiny, Cruncher defeating Vibe. Both games going to the ace match. We shall see what happens here.
Indeed we shall. So Cruncher taking his natural pretty safely, up and running now. DDE just finishing his, gonna morph that into an orbital right now. And we'll see him transfer some SCVs over there. And gearing up to do a very big factory play once again. 3 factories so far. Is he gonna build a 4th one? Maybe in a little while. He doesn't need it just yet. Taking a 3rd refinery, only on 3 refineries. Same thing as we saw last game for a large part of it.
You can see the Stalker wall off by Cruncher. Pylon plus 5 Stalkers.
Yeah, Stalkers are a great building to put in your wall off because they are so mobile.
As far as buildings go, you're right. The mobile ones are the best. So, gonna have that.
Make Stalkers the Protoss version of a supply depot, huh?
Absolutely, and gonna go ahead and have that ability to deny any of the Hellions entry. The wall of DPS, if you will.
Looking around with a probe on the map. Gonna see some Hellions at the watchtower. Not gonna be able to go see anything else on the bottom right of the map. Meanwhile, 5 more Hellions going across the top left. Or the center, I guess, going into this 3rd, making sure nothing's going on there. And some Stalkers are going to meet them there. They arranged to meet as a group to take out some of these rocks. The Hellions are going to get this Zealot. Are they going to lose a Hellion? No, he's going to be able to save that Hellion. No, he's not. Cruncher 2 on top of it for that. He knows that you never chase them around the long way, and he might even get a 2nd one, but not quite. DDE pulling back.
And then DDE, just a big fan of these Hellions. We saw him sort of mass Hellions in that 3rd game and add Marauders in versus Destiny. So strange to see versus Protoss. Cruncher's got to kind of be scratching his head here going, what is DDE up to exactly?
Yeah, it's certainly not as common, but it's also certainly quite effective in a lot of cases. If you go for any kind of Zealot-heavy composition as a Protoss player, you're very, very susceptible to that blue flame, which is about 80% of the way done for DDE. Cruncher getting some cannons in his main just to make sure he's entirely safe. He doesn't know where all the gas is going for DDE. He's saying, well, I see that you have a ton of minerals stuck into your Hellions. I don't know what you're doing with your gas, so I'm just going to make sure I'm safe for any kind of drops. So no Hellions are going to be able to do anything in here. No Banshees are going to be able to do anything in here. And in the meantime, we do have DDE pushing out across the map. Cruncher is going to see it with this observer. Going to see the side of this army. Going to see the rest of it there. So he's going to be able to prepare. But that's a lot of Hellions.